Welcome back to the DSFL Radio, part 2 of 3, and the Seattle Seahawks leading 6-3, but it is 4th down and 5, and they have to punt it away. The punt heads towards the corner, and it is out of bounds at the 42-yard line, and that is where St. Louis will take over. 1st down and 10, down 6-3, 3:21 to go, second quarter. Warner, handoff to Falk, off the left side, and he is taken down. Sure tackle made on the left side by Lufa Tutupu. And boy, did he stand his ground on that play, bringing up a 2nd down and 9. Marshall Falk, though, throughout the game, just unable to get anything going. Another little gain on that play. Warner, play action. Throwing, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted by the Seattle defender, bringing up a 3rd down and 8. Williams was the intended receiver. Warner, under center, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Back to throw, looking, and it is caught by Ernie Conwell, and he's got a 1st down for St. Louis.
Ernie Conwell sure proved his pro skills in that play. The tight end found the holes in the cover 2 zone, cut the ball, and the scampered forward for a 1st down.
That's absolutely right, Daniel. And one big thing, one of the surprise players in this league was Ernie Conwell. I mean, he wasn't very popular in the 99 Rams season, but so far he has double-digit touchdowns, and he's been a big part of the St. Louis offense. Gain of 2 yards by Marshall Falk brings down a 2nd down and 8, and now St. Louis is now going to the hurry-up offense. Still huddling, but they are hurrying up to the line after every play. Deep ball to Holt, and it is incomplete. Out of bounds, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Bruce was the intended receiver. The clock is stopped at 2:25 in the second. Warner, back to throw, looking, and it is tipped in the air. Ernie Conwell has to go right through his hands. And that brings up a 4th down and 8. And now Wilkins has to trot onto the field. But I believe that ball was tipped by the D tackle on that play. Number 91, and that brings up a 4th down and 8, and now Wilkins has a chance at tying this football game at 6, and the kick is good. So the game is tied at 6 with over 2:20 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back right after this. Dick Vermeil must be pretty upset that his offense for the 2nd straight series has to settle for a Jeff Wilkins field goal, but either way, the game is tied at 6 with 2:16 to go. And one of the big things is that Seattle, a huge underdog in this game, traveling to the Edward Jones Dome, has really stood ground. It's 6-6 tie right now in the second. One of the huge things, one huge underestimated part of this team, the defensive line has played outstanding in the first half. I mean, they have not had a more perfect game. And what a great time to play just outstanding football. Ingram for the 1st down, and that'll bring up the 2-minute warning here in the Edward Jones zone. So 1st down and 10, ball on the 35. Hasselbeck has 2 minutes to work with in a tie ball game. Hasselbeck looking, throwing, and is complete to Warwick, but he is taken down immediately. Gain of 4 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down with 6 to go. Hasselbeck looking, throwing left, and it is complete to Jackson, and he's got a 1st down. Getting into St. Louis territory, ball on the 48-yard line, and now we are going to see the no huddle with just over 1:30 to play. Man in motion, looking, and it's complete to Ingram for a gain of 9 yards, battling his way all the way to the 42-yard line of St. Louis. Another no huddle for Hasselbeck. Ingram, the man in motion from right to left. Takes the snap. Hasselbeck, another completion to Ingram, and now he battles his way towards the 32-yard line, and yet another 1st down. Hasselbeck, another no huddle. Ingram, the man in motion, back to throw, looking, throwing right, and it is complete to Jackson, and he dives forward for 9 yards, and that is a completion. He's got 2 feet in bounds. So Ingram gains 9 yards, and this has been a very impressive drive. 6 plays, 48 yards, and only 1:12 off the clock. Back to throw, looking, and is complete to Joe Jaravicius, and he has yet another Seattle Seahawks 1st down, the 4th on this drive alone. So now Hasselbeck has his team at the cusp of the red zone here. Ball on the 21. Looking right, throwing, and it's complete to Ingram. And he scampers his way to the 6-yard line. And yet another no huddle with only 42 seconds to go and counting. Hasselbeck from the gun, looking, throwing right, it is complete, and it is a touchdown. Darrell Jackson into the end zone.
What a clutch play that time by Matt Hasselbeck as he scanned the field, fired the ball, and now the Seahawks would gain the lead.
Darrell Jackson catching the 4-yard touchdown pass from Matt Hasselbeck. And with the extra point, it'll be 13-6, Seattle over the St. Louis Rams. And what a big first half for these guys. I mean, when you're talking about no one gave this team a chance at even being in this same game with the St. Louis Rams, but the fact that they are up by 7 at halftime is a huge accomplishment for these guys, including the fact that this defensive line has really just dominated the St. Louis offensive line up front. So first down and 10, ball on the 30-yard line with 30 seconds to go before halftime. Warner back to throw, looking complete to Conwell, and he's into Seattle territory. A huge chunk of yardage there by Ernie Conwell, the Pro Bowler, and now they are into Seattle territory as Ernie Conwell just breaks the middle coverage and gets a huge first down on that play. Warner was untouched, unlike the story of really the entire first half. So Warner back to throw again, looking complete to Hakeem for a gain of 9. He is hit hard on the play. So St. Louis calls a timeout, 19 seconds to go. Second down and 1. Ball on the 35. Back to throw, looking, and it is incomplete. Great coverage there by the defensive linebacker there on that play, Lewis, bringing up a third down and 1 with only 16 seconds to play. The Rams are in field goal range, but they are probably looking for more than just 3 points here as they need near halftime. Pass complete to Isaac Bruce, and he is to the 10. And now they send the field goal unit onto the field. Very conservative, but Wilkins from 30, and it is good to make it 13-9 with only 7 seconds to go before halftime. So the kick by Wilkins is a long, booming kick into the end zone, where it'll be taken there by Forsett to the 20, 25, and dragged down at the 28-yard line. So Seattle with 2 seconds left, and it looks like they're just going to run out this clock. So Daniel, your impressions on the first half of this one?
This was a very exciting first half with lots of big plays and turnovers. We are in for one heck of second half here in St. Louis, Nick.
I am just as excited as you are, Daniel, for this second half. And boy, it has been a tight one in favor of Seattle. The underdog has come into St. Louis so far and has really put down a whooping on the St. Louis Rams. Scored 13-9 at halftime. Please tune in for the second half coming up right after this in a word from your local stations. This has been the NFL on CBS. (13-9) score here at halftime on the NFL on CBS. So far, St. Louis has really been shut down offensively. Only 17 yards by Marshall Faulk to go along with 34 from Sean Alexander. 3 straight St. Louis turnovers has really been the story. It has been a tight contest with the only touchdown coming from a 4-yard connection to Darrell Jackson. So the score now 13-9 at halftime, and we are here to welcome back Noel Booker here for the DSFL radio. He was not here for the first half, but he will be here for the second half of this one. 13-9 again at halftime. Ball on the 20 after the touchback by Justin Forsett. Hasselbeck from a loud crowd here. It is deafening here at the Edward Jones Dome. Complete for the first down to Peter Warwick, and that will silence the crowd. Gain of 11 on the play, and that is another first down. Seattle about 11 first downs so far in this one to around 5 for St. Louis. First down. Pitch play to Sean Alexander, and he'll battle his way for 6, but that play was almost stuffed in the backfield. Alexander, 10 rushes for 40 yards on a very efficient day for the ball carrier. So second down and 4 now. Ball on the 37. Hasselbeck takes the snap. Looking, throwing deep over the middle and is complete. Big play to Dexter Jackson. Really, that's been the story of this one here, Noel.
Matt Hasselbeck played very well throughout the first half with his accurate passing and decision making. He has cut away at the Rams defense throughout the half and hasn't made the big mistakes so far in this one. From the previous play, this is a big one to Daryl Jackson.
So Matt Hasselbeck hasn't necessarily made the big play down the field up until that one, but what he has done is picked away at the defense and so far has had a real perfect completion percentage and has not turned the ball over, which is huge. Hasselbeck again, and another big play. Bobby Ingram getting down to the 27 of St. Louis. Now what you're starting to see, especially on the last 2 throws, is Hasselbeck taking his chances down the field, and so far, he's 2 for 2. So first down and 10, ball on the 28. Hasselbeck looking, throwing short, complete to Alexander. He's running backwards and loses 2 yards. DeMarco Farr with the tackle. That was an ugly play. I mean, when you work at a play all throughout the season, going back to training camp, OTAs, when do you see a play as ugly as that? I mean, Alexander, you got to get forward yardage on that play. Alexander unable to get anything going that time, and he is back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. Third down and 12 coming up for the Seattle offense that has failed to get into the end zone up until the Daryl Jackson play just moments ago. Hasselbeck from the gun takes the snap, looking, throwing left and complete to Schmidt, and he's got 6 yards, but nowhere near a first down. Now force them to settle for the field goal. Josh Brown from 39 away. Kick on the way, and it is good. So the Seattle Seahawks add to the already 4-point lead. The Smith play for 6 yards leads to the field goal. 16-9 here in the Dome. Welcome back to DSFL Radio with Nick Rice and Noel Booker here. 7-point game, Seattle holding off St. Louis, and now the Rams here. Hakeem takes it to the 28, but the Rams, they need to get something going here. Down by 7 in the Dome with the first place in the NFC West on the line. Countless opportunities here would be missed if they lose today. Marshall Faulk stuffed yet again. Tackle made by Lofa Tutupu.
Faulk has just been unable to find any sort of running lane so far today. If you're a Dick Vermeil, you may want to call some more passing plays to loosen up the running lanes again, because we know exactly what Marshall Faulk can do to a defense if he has an open lane.
You are exactly right. I mean, Marshall Faulk, one of the top 10 players that are going to be on the DSFL players list for Week 15 following that highlight show. Hakeem near the first down, Prohl near the first down. It'll bring up a third down and inches here. Ball on the 38-yard line. Warner has a third and inches play, and so far the Rams have been 0 for 2 here on third and short. Hand off to Faulk, and he's got the first down. And tackle made again by Lofa Tutupu for the 5th time today. He's really been a force to be reckoned with at the linebacker position for Seattle so far this year. So ball on the 40-yard line. A renewed series, first down and 10. Marshall Faulk, for one of the first times today, actually finds a crease and gets about 7 yards on the play. A decent gain by the back. So second down and 3, ball on the 47, nearing Seattle territory, and Marshall Faulk is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage, and you gotta be concerned about the lack of running lanes created by this offensive line. But give a lot of credit to this defensive line. So far today, they have really contained Marshall Faulk and have been unable to give Warner any kind of time here today. Pass complete to Holt for 5 yards, and that's another 3 and out for this offense. 4th down coming up, 4th down and 2. You have to be a little disappointed about the lack of offensive success today too. Marshall Faulk unable to get things going. Warner unable to get the kind of time he needs to find his receivers who are open down the field. The punt goes through the end zone, and that will be a touchback. And that is it for part 2 of 3 of DSFL Radio. Please get tuned in for Matt Hasselbeck in part 3 of 3. Can they close it off here? Seattle's up by 7. We will see later on.